Alright, here we are again multiplying polynomials, but this time we are finding the area or volume of figures that have polynomial side lengths or expressions here. Remember the way that we find an area, so area of a rectangle is going to be length times width. We're going to do the same thing to write an expression representing the area of this rectangle. Only now, instead of numbers, I'm going to be filling in these binomials. The area of this rectangle will be the length times width, so 2t plus 7 being multiplied by 4t minus 1. Right? Length times width. Whatever this side represents times whatever that side represents. Or is represented by, I should say. Now I have a binomial times a binomial. You could choose to FOIL this or use the box method. Again, I'm kind of a visual person, so I'm going to use the box. I have 2t plus 7 on one side and 4t minus 1 on another. 2t times 4t is 8t squared. 2t times a negative 1 is negative 2t. 7 times 4t is 28t. And 7 times 1 is negative 7. So when we multiply this out, we get 8t squared minus 2t plus 28t minus 7. I combine my like terms that I see, bring down my 8t squared. Negative 2t plus 28t is a positive 26t minus 7. And there is an expression to represent the area of that figure. Try the one on the right, keeping in mind that volume is length times width times height. Okay, the volume of this box will be length times width times height. I would be multiplying w by 3w plus 2 by 2w minus 5. Keep in mind that it does not matter the order that you write these in, because it's all multiplication, and multiplication is commutative. So if I really wanted to do the length times the width and then the height, the order would change, but I know it's all being multiplied, so it doesn't really matter the order I put it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. We could do it one of two ways. I could start with the two binomials. I could start by distributing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. When I distribute, I only distribute it into one parenthesis. I don't do everything here. Just like I wouldn't do length times width and then length times height. I only multiply it once. So when I distribute, I have w times 3w squared, or 3w, which would be 3w squared. And then w times 2 would be a positive 2w. And now I have two terms by two terms. I'm going to set up my box, 2 by 2. I would have 3w squared plus 2w on one side, 2w minus 5 on another. 3w squared times 2w would be 6w squared. 3w squared times a negative 5 would be negative 15w squared. 2w times 2w would be 4w squared. And 2w times a negative 5 would be negative 10w. Oh, and up here I meant a cube, not a square. 3w squared times 2w is 6w cubed up here. So now we write out everything, all the terms that we found. So 6w cubed minus 15w squared, positive 4w squared minus 10w. Then I find my like terms. So I have some w squareds here. 6w cubed, and then negative 15w squared plus 4w squared is negative 11w squared minus 10w. And that's as far as we can go. But as you can see, it's really easy to lose a sign, lose an exponent, so just make sure that you're double checking yourself and keeping track of all that.